Good evening, class. My name is Samuel Floyd, and my presentation will be coming from emotional reactions, coming from my interpersonal communication class at Grantham University. I will talk about a time where my emotions almost got the best of me. I had a call for service at a park saying that cars were blocking the driveway and people could hardly see coming out to get on the roadway. I went out there. I observed the scene. It appeared that we had small groups of people having like a little family reunion or Easter egg hunt, and just a small gathering at that time. I called my sergeant and let her know that it was a small group of people in my eyes, and that it had the chances of getting bigger than that as the day progresses. She told me to let her know, and we'll go from there. And if we have to, we'll get everybody together and run them out the park at a certain time. Okay, let's fast forward. We get a second call out there about juveniles fighting. I had already had a call about a stolen vehicle. So I told them as I finished the call with the stolen vehicle, I'll be heading out to the park to back my sergeant up. Okay, as I get out there to the park, it's crowded like I thought it would be. A group of people, cars everywhere, barbecue pits, everything just chaotic at that moment. All right, fast forward from that. A week later, I get called into an office for a verbal reprimand. Now, my emotions really got the best of me at that time because I was like, why am I getting a verbal reprimand? And pretty much they said because I put the officers in danger. My question is how? There was nothing I can do about that if the park was overfilled and we were short-staffed. Only thing is I talked myself down, self-motivated myself and said, you know what? Don't get real emotional in this. They did say it's a verbal recommend, and just take it for what it's worth. I wasn't argumentative in the meeting. I took fault for not relaying all the information. And I didn't let my emotions get the best of me because at first I was going to be argumentative, and I felt to myself it's not worth doing all that. Your emotion plays a big part in your life, work, and daily basis. You can't let your emotions get the best of you. I think both ways how emotions work, they can be good and bad. Coming from chapter 7, it tells us about the ineffectiveness and how to effectiveness of the communication of your emotions. I feel like both got, when it's dealing with emotions in our course, it is on both parts. I mean, people from the cultures to how we understand. As my job as a police officer, I do know I have to set my emotions to the side in certain cases, especially when I'm dealing with death or somebody injured real bad, or a child that's been hurt or beat up or anything, something like that. My emotions have to be set to the side, and I have to be the strong one. So, with that being said, thank you, class, for listening to my interpersonal communication on emotional reactions. Have a good evening.